Hey everyone, this video I'm going to talk about mp4 files. Basically, I want to kind of alter them and do some things to them. And I've made a submenu. You can get this on my website also in a different section. But you have the switch mp4 or mkv. So whatever you choose, it'll change the container to the opposite one. Fix mp4 container, set encoding date, and I'll tell you why that's necessary, and encode the audio to AAC. That's a real popular format that I'm going to. So the set encode date, that was my first one, and I've named it mp4 date here. That was the very first one I used FFmpeg. So you can go to ffmpeg.org to get that, and I should talk about this program, BAT to EXE converter version 3, but that's not necessarily, this program isn't necessarily a must-have to run this batch script, but it's just easier in a lot of ways. So to tell you about this script, I use a lot of mp4s, my shows, and I put it on a smart TV through the USB in the back. That's the best way I can run MPEGs, transport streams, mp4s. It doesn't work with MKVs though. But basically, as you can see here, it puts in the metadata, creation time, and that's basically all I wanted. I wanted to have the date there. So the next one I did was the switch mp4 or mkv, the containers around, depending on, because I download a lot of videos and once in a while I'll get an mkv. Well, at first I thought you needed to re-encode, and it would take 40 minutes to 40 minutes to re-encode. Well, I finally got smart and found out they're just containers, and you can just, within maybe 4 to 6 seconds, change the container and it's good to go. So came across a lot of MKVs, and I basically have all MP4s. I just go to just straight MP4s now. But if you're the opposite way, you can change your MP4s to MKV. That's fine too. You can't put a lot of metadata in MKVs though. The MP4 really supports the mp4 date, and if you use tag scanner, you can put in all kinds of information, comments, that sort of thing. Let me see. It does the mp4 date, and then after that I went to trying to use AAC audio. And FFmpeg also works on this one too. It will re-encode your audio to AAC. Now, if you use a VideoMux 2.5.6, I've had trouble selecting the audio of anything else than MP3 will not work. For some reason, I don't know if it's the old version I'm using, but this just takes care of that. So whatever audio it is, this is a real popular codec that I find in a lot of MP4s, so I'm going to go to that too. I've heard it's really good. And then the final one was Fix MP4, and I just came across a problem. I downloaded a season 1 of a show, TV show, and 80% of it was bad. I could only watch it on my PC, but I prefer to watch it on my smart TV. So that's a problem. So I made this. It also uses FFmpeg, and it puts a .fixed. It uses the file name, original file name, except it just adds the fixed before the extension. And basically it just goes through the existing MP4, takes out, puts a new container, and puts the raw encoder stuff in a good new container. Just in case someone's messed with it. And I have a feeling that they've messed with it so they can only be played on a PC. It's just a guess, but it was pretty suspicious when it happened that that program would actually just make a bad mp4 all the same. So I think it was done on purpose. So I've touched on all four of them. If you have other things that I didn't touch on that FFmpeg can do that's not explained here, down in the comments, go put down what you use FFmpeg for. All this can be on or located on my website, the script. Just go to gammaphased.altavista.org, go to About Author Batch Code Examples, and leave a comment. Like I said, if you have other things FFmpeg can do that I don't have, please put it down so maybe I can do another video on it. So, last thing, if you do not use this compiler to make EXEs and you just want to use batch files, you're going to have to take out anything with the %, EXTD %. You're going to have to copy that and just delete it, because that's not a native command. So batch files will not know what to do with this, and it will basically crash or exit. But other than that, it should work. There should be a lot of checks in here to make sure nothing goes wrong. A size check I've entered in this one. What else? It uses a temp file, so it'll take the original and change the name to a temp file, temp.mp4 or whatever the extension is. Then it'll make a new file with that name, with the original name, so you're not confused in what file's what. It works seamlessly in the background. All these do. And I think I will leave it there. I hope this has been very helpful. If you got any more suggestions, put them down in the comments. Keep coming back for great videos, and catch you next time.